Crimson Tides. Detective Lila Bennett stood on the desolate shoreline, the waves of the ocean lapping at her feet. The sea breeze carried a salty tang that mingled with the scent of decay. In front of her lay the body of a young woman, her lifeless form a stark contrast against the golden sands. Lila's eyes narrowed as she observed the crime scene. This was no ordinary murder. The victim's body had been meticulously arranged, as if her death were a haunting work of art. Around her, crimson rose petals formed a macabre halo, and her hands were clasped over her heart, as if frozen in a final plea. The locals called it the Crimson Tide Murders, a series of killings that had plagued the coastal town for decades. No one had ever been apprehended. The murderers seemed to vanish with the very tides that brought life to the shore. Lila had a gut feeling that this case would be the one to break the cycle. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting an orange glow over the scene, Lila's determination intensified. She had a reputation for solving cases that baffled others, and this one would be no exception. She knew that beneath the picturesque facade of the town lay a history of secrets, rivalries, and unspoken tragedies. Lila's investigation led her to the victim's family, a prominent local clan whose history was intertwined with the town's very foundation. As Lila peeled back the layers, she uncovered a pattern. The murders occurred on the anniversaries of past tragedies, as if the killer sought to mirror the town's hidden wounds. With each discovery, the noose tightened around her list of suspects, revealing old rivalries and unexpected alliances. The town itself seemed to be a character in the story, with its towering cliffs, misty harbors, and a sense of isolation that bred both loyalty and suspicion. Lila's pursuit of the truth led her through narrow alleyways and forgotten archives, uncovering secrets that some would rather remain buried. Haunted by the victims whose faces stared back at her from old photographs, Lila refused to back down. As the investigation reached its climax, she found herself facing the killer in a tense standoff on the very shore where it all began. The waves crashed against the rocks, their relentless rhythm echoing the pulse of the town's history. In a final confrontation, Lila discovered the motive behind the Crimson Tide murders, a web of vengeance, redemption, and a quest for justice that had spanned generations. The killer's identity shattered her assumptions and forced her to confront the complexities of human nature. Crimson Tides is a story that blends the beauty of coastal landscapes with the darkness of buried secrets. Lila Bennett's journey is one of unraveling the threads of history, confronting the ghosts of the past, and ultimately seeking a truth that transcends the boundaries of life and death.